by its foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov. Now, let's discuss this further, of course, with international relations expert, Professor Sipamandla Zondi. Thank you so much, Prof, for joining me this afternoon. Of course, news just in that the Russian president will not be attending the BRICS summit. What do you make of this?
Completely expected. Before us for a while now, that to avoid putting South Africa in an awkward position, because to arrest the sitting president in the case of Russia would be to declare a war against Russia. And then President Putin decided not to come, but to send a Minister of Foreign Affairs, which is very common. In many summits, presidents do send ministers when they are unable to come, and definitely are unable to come, because it would be bad for South Africa to have to be in an awkward position it would have been put in had he come.
Let's talk about this. It seems to be just, another case where we see politics and law meet and clash. Some would even call it a political law nexus. Maybe your take on this.
Yes, it is. In this particular case, it's actually a law-peace interface as well, in the sense that there are times when instruments of justice are not used because they might interfere with the possibility of building a peace process. That was the case with al-Bashir earlier, that there was fear al-Bashir or put him in a situation where he had to charge, then you are forcing him to hold on to the position at all costs, and therefore you are undermining the peace process in Sudan. It's similar in this case, given the fact that the African position is that there must be a peaceful settlement in all this situation, and the arrest warrant is seen as inimical to a possibility of having dialogue and peaceful end to that atrocious war in Ukraine. And indeed, of course, it's a political matter of international. It's a maze. It's a complexity, and in the end, it will resolve itself on political ground. It seems to me, a lot more than other grounds.
And then let's maybe just, again, talk about the DA's application. Of course, you're wanting President Putin arrested as soon as he touches base here in South Africa, which of course we now know will not. I would say that, there's a bit of lack in their application, and that, it lacks quality, which, even though we know the president is not coming to South Africa, but in your opinion.
Yes, of course, the Democratic Alliance is an important alternative party. It is its role, actually, constitutional role, to hold the governing party to account. And it can use any means, including the courts of law and all of that. It's clearly okay. But in doing so, I would say that for political reasons, it has to exercise very prudent political thinking about it and calculated costs. There are over thousands of issues that would take the government to court over to force it to implement it, including the provision of water, including the provision of food,